Good morning. Good morning, Jai Janaitan. Namaskar. I extend a warm welcome to respected principal ma'am, dear parents and students, and my dear colleagues to the virtual session on CBSE issued protocols and certain do's and don'ts related to CBSE board exam term 2 for class 10. Let us commence on a pious note. Please join your hands for Navkar Mantra. Dear parents and students, as CBSE Class 10 board examination is commencing from tomorrow, that is 27th of April, so to brief you all with pertinent points regarding the same, we have the board exam in charges, Ms. Bhavna Agarwal and Ms. Geeta Kumar with us today. I now request Bhavna ma'am and Geeta ma'am to take the charge. Bhavna ma'am and Geeta ma'am, please take the charge.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. I think they are facing certain connectivity issues. So meanwhile, they are able to join. I request all the students to switch on their cameras so that we are able to have a candid discussion. They are going to tell you the details and I am going to give you a brief into what are the things that you have to do. So first of all, जो सारे बच्चों के दिमाग में आ रहा है बार बार that we are asking about what is the weightage of first term and what is the weightage of second term. So please बेटे इसको तो आप दिमाग से निकाल के जाना. Even CBSE has not decided as to what is the weightage of the first term and what is the weightage of the second term. So do not think that मेरे first term में बहुत अच्छे आ गए थे, so I need not study hard here or vice versa. You have to perform to your best capacity. आप अपने potential से जितना भी अच्छा कर सकते हैं, kindly do that. As I said earlier also, teachers are available here. If you want to come to school, teachers are already sending you the schedules. If at all you require any extra help, let us know in advance so that we can make the teachers free. We don't want कि आप school आओ और school में फिर आप बच्चों का time waste हो. ठीक है? Secondly, अगर मुझे कोविड हो गया तो क्या, राइट? क्योंकि कोविड फैल रहा है. एक तो आप सबने बिल्कुल प्रिकॉशंस लेनी है, सारी प्रिकॉशंस लेनी है. यू डोंट हैव टू ईट आउटसाइड, you have to stay at home, wear a mask at all times, sanitize your hands frequently, wash your hands frequently, sanitize the frequent touched surfaces. We are taking all of these precautions in the school, but since you are going to another school to appear, you have to be doubly cautious. आप इधर उधर हाथ ना लगाएं, अपना sanitizer लेके जाना है, right? Everybody has to take the sanitizer, it is compulsory. Then everybody has to take a writing board. आप अपना ही राइटिंग बोर्ड रखेंगे, अपने ही पेन्स रखेंगे, अपनी ही स्टेशनरी रखेंगे, कुछ भी शेयरिंग अलाउड नहीं है। मास्क उतारना भी अलाउड नहीं है। If you take off the mask, it is written in your roll number also, admit card also. If you take off your mask, you can be thrown out of the center. So you need to take care of that also. अब अगर मुझे कोविड हो गया तो क्या करना है? As per the directions which were issued by CBSE yesterday, if you have mild symptoms, if you feel कि शायद मुझे कोविड हुआ है, you still go on to the school. Inform us a day in advance. आप अपनी टीचर्स को एक दिन पहले बता दीजिए ताकि हम भी उनको इन्फॉर्म कर दें. You will be made to sit in a separate room. Do not think कि मैं ये सारे पेपर रीटेस्ट के साथ दे सकता हूँ. Perhaps you will not be able to give. So if at all you feel that you are in the condition of going and writing the exam, do not defer it. Please appear for the exam. Please write the exam. Do let us know, because हमारे लिए आपकी सेफ्टी भी इम्पोर्टेंट है, बाकी सब बच्चों की भी सेफ्टी इम्पोर्टेंट है, जिस सेंटर पे आप जा रहे हो उनकी सेफ्टी भी इम्पोर्टेंट है. So we need to tell them a day in advance so that they are able to make the required arrangements, and they will make you sit separately in a room. If somebody in your family has COVID, then what to do? First of all, you need to take all the precautions. आपने सारी precautions लेनी है कि आपको COVID ना हो. So अगर घर में किसी को slight symptoms भी हैं, तो आप बिल्कुल अलग रहिए ताकि आपको इम्पैक्ट भी ना आए, उसको आपको कोई भी स्लाइड सिम्टम ना हो. हम भी यहाँ पर जितने बच्चों का सेंटर है, एज दे आर कमिंग, वी आर डूइंग थर्मल स्क्रीनिंग. नो वन इज अलाउड विदाउट थर्मल स्क्रीनिंग. द सेम दे आर गोइंग टू डू. तो वहां पर अगर आपकी तबीयत खराब होगी तो देन यू माइट बी इन अ प्रॉब्लम. सो please take care that if somebody at your home has COVID, you are taking all the precautions. I need not reiterate कि आपने जो पाउच लेके जाना है, that has to be transparent. I need not reiterate that your cardboard has to be transparent. I need not reiterate that you have to be dressed up in proper school uniform. It has to be proper school uniform. Otherwise, if you go in casuals or if your school uniform is not proper, you will not be allowed inside and will not be able to help you out. Also, although the school is very near, but tomorrow is the first exam. कल जो है ना बेटा पहला एग्जाम है, तो बहुत ट्रैफिक जैम होगा. And the school that you are going to, Queen Mary's, they have 4 schools in a row. So वहां पर बहुत ज्यादा जैम होगा. आप जल्दी निकलेंगे so that आप 9:30 तक या 9:40 तक लेटेस्ट वहां पहुंच जाएं. कोई भी लेट नहीं होगा, because it is very strict that after 10 a.m. even we are not allowing the students inside. So even you would not be allowed inside. And please remember that a CBSE observer is there, flying squad is coming. So even the teachers, even we will not be able to help you out. So we already know कि कल jam होगा, तो आप आज अपनी पूरी तैयारी करके सोइए. और कल आप सुबह उठकर have a good breakfast, not a heavy one, but have a good breakfast so that you do not feel hungry, and then you go there and write the examination. Make sure that you reach there by 9:40, because it's a new school. You will also take some time going inside, looking for your room, getting comfortable, and we should never reach in a hush. क्योंकि अगर आप वहां बहुत जल्दी जल्दी में जाके पहुंचेंगे, खबर तबड़ पे रूम ढूंढेंगे, तो देन जब आपका पेपर का टाइम होगा ना, जब आपने जाके बैठकर अपना रीडिंग करना है या आपने रोल नंबर्स भरने हैं, तो वो वाला टाइम आपका वेस्ट हो जाएगा. तो आपके पास इतना टाइम हो that you go, you catch your breath over there, you relax, and then you settle down and then start with the question paper. So keep that 20-minute slot for yourself. That is very, very important. 2 चीजें ऑफ कोर्स, जो बाकी चीजें हैं वो तो आप लेके जा ही रहे हो. Better carry your water bottle also. Even if you're not carrying, they'll provide, but it is always better to carry your water bottle. Admit card सब लेके जाएंगे, obvious सी बात है. Along with that, you require your school identity card. That is a very important document. आपको school identity card दिए ही इसीलिए हैं. Otherwise, throughout the year, we could not issue you the identity cards. We have got it specially made because they are a requisite. They are a requisite for you entering the board center. So very, very important that you take these 2 documents with you, right? अब कोई बच्चा हमारे यहाँ पर तो एब्सेंट नहीं था, बट आपने इस फर्स्ट टर्म में, लेकिन आपने सेकंड टर्म में भी एब्सेंट नहीं होना, ये बिल्कुल मत सोचिएगा कि आपको फर्स्ट टर्म के मार्क्स मिल जाएंगे. Perhaps they might, judge you only on the second term. They might give a weightage, but I'm repeating again and again that nobody has to be absent. Do not rely on first term examination. And just one last thing जो मैं बोलूंगी, उसके बाद I'll hand it over to Geeta ma'am and Bhavna ma'am. इतने दिन, जितना दिन भी ये चलेगा ना, किसी ने सोशल मीडिया पे नहीं जाना, किसी ने कोई भी प्रेस में स्टेटमेंट नहीं देनी. अगर आपने कल भी सीबीएसई का वेबिनार अटेंड किया हो, उन्होंने बहुत साफ साफ बोला दैट स्टेटमेंट्स लाइक दिस सेट वाज इजी, or this was a good question paper, this was a bad question paper, this was a difficult question paper, this was an easy question paper. They said that we will not accept these statements because every question paper that is made passes through several stages and every question paper is balanced. Therefore, you need not pass these statements on social media. ट्विटर पे एक टैग शुरू हो जाता है, पीपल स्टार्ट कंट्रीब्यूटिंग. यू डोंट हैव टू कंट्रीब्यूट. प्लीज पे अटेंशन टू दैट. ये बिल्कुल भी नहीं करना आपने. ये बात बहुत ज्यादा ध्यान रखनी है. भेज दीजिए भैया, मीना मैम से करा. प्लीज पे अटेंशन टू दैट. दैट इज नंबर वन. सेकेंडली, कई बारी जहां आप जाते हो, क्योंकि वहां पर 4-5 स्कूल हैं, तो कई बारी ऐसा होता है कि लोग कहते हैं कि प्रेस के लोग होते हैं कि आप बताइए आपका पेपर कैसा हुआ, पेपर कैसा आया था. तो वहां पर भी आपने कोई स्टेटमेंट्स नहीं देनी. इनफैक्ट सीबीएसई हैज मेड इट वेरी वेरी क्लियर दैट एनीबडी who would be passing unfrivolous statement, they are going to lodge even an FIR against the parents and against the children. तो ये वाले जो आपके इतने दिन हैं, जितने दिन आपने एग्जाम में अपीयर होना है, यू हैव टू से नो टू, कंप्लीटली नो टू सोशल मीडिया. तो कहीं पर कोई इंटरेक्शन नहीं, कोई टैग चल रहा है ट्विटर पे, कुछ भी चल रहा है, follow it, it's okay, up to you, but you don't have to like, you don't have to comment. Please pay attention to that. That is very very important, right? तो हमें अपने कंडक्ट को बहुत कॉशियस होकर चलना है. और मुझे लगता है कि शायद विद ऑनलाइन हमें थोड़ी सी चिटिंग मारने की भी आदत हो गई है. तो अगर ऐसा है तो प्लीज मेक श्योर कि हम वहां पर कोई भी ऐसा अटेम्प्ट नहीं कर रहे. You please do not recheck your trousers, the pockets of your trousers, recheck all your pockets, recheck your pouches, recheck the bags that you are taking. There should not be anything that can be called as unsolicited material. क्योंकि unfair means को लेकर सीबीएसई हमेशा से बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट रहा है. बाकी सारी चीजों में सीबीएसई इज प्रो स्टूडेंट. जो भी बच्चों के हित में होता है हमेशा वो करते हैं. उन्होंने ये भी बोला कि अगर आपको सच में लगता है कोई क्वेश्चन पेपर डिफिकल्ट है, तो वो टीचर्स से तो दे टेक द फीडबैक फ्रॉम योर टीचर्स. सो इफ द टीचर्स आर गोइंग टू से क्वेश्चन पेपर डिफिकल्ट था या बैलेंस नहीं था, तो वो कर देते हैं उसको, वो दे टेक दैट इनटू अकाउंट. बट यू डोंट हैव टू से इट. दे आर नॉट आस्किंग योर ओपिनियन, दे आर आस्किंग ओनली द ओपिनियन ऑफ द टीचर्स, right? So please pay attention to that, right? I think that is all I had to say. So over to ma'am.
So much, ma'am, for sharing so many important points and also for motivating class 10 students with your precious words. Thank you so much. Geeta ma'am, are you ready for the presentation?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. There is some network issue, but now it is fine.
All right, ma'am. Please take the challenge.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning, all of you. Children, I know that all of you are anxious because of your CBSE examination. But beta, more than appearing for the examination, it is very, very important to pay attention to other areas. As ma'am has also taken a few points, but I will show you the instructions that has come from the CBSE and we'll discuss it in detail with all of you. First of all, beta, I am sharing that what are you supposed to carry along with you when you're going for your examination, because at times children are in a confusion that what are they supposed to carry. As ma'am has also told you that admit card, school identity card, these two things are very, very important. And apart from that, in stationery, children, as you people have this doubt that what are we supposed to carry, in stationery, you are supposed to carry your transparent pouch. It should be transparent. This is very, very important, not any other pouch. Geometry box, in fact, a pouch needs to be carried, and it should have blue ball pen. Mind it, children, you will not do it with any other color pen. Only blue pen is allowed. And writing pad, it should also be transparent one. No this kind of gadgets needs to be carried along with you. And there are barred items such as textual materials, which is very, very important, because in the next session I'll be discussing that if you are carrying any textual matter like any piece of paper where something is written, then you may be in a trouble. So better do not carry all these things along with you. And yes, of course, mobile phone, Bluetooth, earphones, health band, nothing of this sort is to be carried when you are going for your examination. And wallet, goggles, आप कहते हैं कि हम पैसे लेके आए हैं, हमें बाद में खुद जाना है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं करिएगा बेटा. आप लोग अगर कुछ लाए भी हैं तो वो बैग में ही पड़ा रहे, और ज्यादा कुछ लेके मत आइएगा पैसे वगैरह, नहीं तो वो आपको बाहर ही रखवा देंगे, because it is not allowed by CBSE norms. And of course, e-tables are not allowed, but in case any child is diabetic, only to that child this e-tables are allowed. Dress code is
I'll add one thing, please. मैम ने अभी जैसे कहा कि आप लोगों ने सिर्फ आप लोगों ने बॉल पेन जरूर लेके जाना है, so that first page that has to be filled. Even if you're writing your answers with gel pen, please remember that the first page has to be filled with ball pen, because there you have to darken the circles, and those circles will be darkened only with a ball pen. Otherwise, computer is not going to read it. Right? So please make sure that it is done with a ball pen, and please carry a ball pen of your own. Do not ask, do not borrow it there. Right? Continue, please.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And beta, you have to go in your school uniform. This is mandatory. You have to go in school uniform only. Okay. And these are some of the do's and don'ts that you need to be very, very careful, because it's the COVID time and you all have to keep yourself safe and others also safe. So better follow the COVID guidelines, as ma'am and we always telling you that beta, put on your mask, maintain social distancing, do not share anything with anybody, as ma'am mentioned that you will not take pen from any other child. Maintain 2-meter distance. Do not talk face to face to any child over there, even if he is your friend. For these examination needs to be very, very careful, so that beta you will remain safe for all your exams. So this is very, very, very important. And carry your own water bottle, as we have already told you. I am moving on to other instructions. Beta, this is very, very important that you have to reach to the examination center from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And in fact, try to reach by 9:30 or 9:15 positively, and wait for your turn when they will allow you to enter into the premises, because if you are late you will be tensed and you will not be able to perform better. So please reach between 9 to 9:30 positively at the examination center. And after 10 you will not be allowed to enter to the examination center. Mind it, beta, this is not your own school, and in our school also we are bound to follow the instructions given by CBSE. They will not allow you, and you will not be able to appear in the examination, because other schools are getting they have already got these instructions from CBSE. And doors of the examination will be open 45 minutes before the time specified for the commencement of the exam, that is 9:45 a.m. Or candidates, you all are required to take your seats 30 minutes before the scheduled time of the examination. As I said, that you should reach by 9:30 and take your seat so that you will be relaxed. You will find your invigilator over there. She will be guiding you to certain things. And then you have to listen that very, very carefully. And of course you have to carry your own pencil and pen. हम बार बार ये बात बोल रहे हैं बेटा, ध्यान से सुन लो, that you have to carry your own pencil and pen. Keeping the COVID protocols in mind, you will not be allowed to take it from anybody. So carry everything, scale, pencil, whatever is required for the examination of your own. and you have to sit where the roll number is pasted. You will see that what is your roll number, accordingly you will sit at that particular place, and without the permission of the assistant superintendent. Children, mind it, you need to take his permission if you want to move out of the examination room, or if you want to talk to anybody in the class. In fact, there is no, it is not required, but अगर जरूरत भी है तो आप पहले assistant superintendent से बात करेंगे, और with his permission only you can leave your seat. And before beginning the paper, children, you should write on the answer paper, answer sheet, and on your question paper your code number. Although your invigilator will also be telling you, but as we are already instructing you, must write your code number on the question answer sheet, and on the question paper you will write your roll number, and then you start reading the paper. And beta, here I want to mention, although we have already shared as an examination in charge, here also we have given these instructions, that the center code that you will observe on the answer sheet has 5 blocks, and it is of 6 digits. So beta, what are you supposed to do? You have to make 1 square ahead of that 5 squares. आगे बनाना है आपने. 6 digits का आपका center code है, and 5 blocks are provided, 5 squares are provided.
मैम गीता मैम, I think आज जो हमारे पास आंसर शीट है ना, उसमें 6 blocks हैं. So the children are comfortable, so that's okay. They have 6 blocks, and the code is also of 6 digits. So that's fine.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, beta, then you are provided with that. Please go ahead with the same. And answers should be written on both sides of the answer book. Beta, choti choti baatein hain. You are sometime asking your invigilator or assistant superintendent, ma'am, shall we start from the first sheet or from the second sheet? So do not ask that. From the very first sheet only, you will start writing the answers. And on both the sheets, you have to write the answers. Unless and until your booklet is complete, you will not ask for your supplementary sheets, mind it. You have to complete the main booklet first. If it is done, only then you will go for your supplementary sheet. And for that also, you have to sign on the attendance sheet. So she will come to you, she will write your serial number of that supplementary sheet and will get your signature. And beta, mind it, 12th point is very, very important, that if suppose the assistant superintendent will have a doubt about any child, that he's carrying any unfair means or anything which is not allowed in the examination center, then they can check you physically also. So do not carry by mistake also anything in your pocket. If it is there, then hand it over to the assistant superintendent before you actually start writing your examination, so that you will not fall in this kind of trouble. These things are very small things, but needs to be taken care of. I will request the parents also to kindly take care of all these things. And beta, if there is any page missing in the answer sheet, it is always advised that if you are reaching to the examination center before time and you have got your answer book, then beta, please check that the number of pages are sufficient, or on the question paper, whatever number of pages are written are there or not. In case you will find any problem, then quickly inform to your assistant superintendent, quickly inform to the invigilator ma'am or sir who is standing in front of you. He will go for a change. Must inform that. Pehle hi check kar lega. And candidate can visit the center. Yes, of course, you must have visited so that you will not get late. And beta, here I want to mention that any piece of paper, as I have already mentioned, can be considered as unfair means. And there is a list of where they can put you legal notice also if they will find any written paper along with you. If you are doing your paper and that will be with you and they find it, then you will be put in under legal notice. So please avoid these kinds of things, or if you are talking to somebody, or if you are approaching to some other person in that school for any kind of, these all will be considered illegal actions. So please do not do these kinds of actions. And I know that our students are very decent and they know all these things and will not be doing this kind of action. And yes, even tearing of the page will be considered as an unfair mean. Koi galti ho gayi hai, if you have written something wrong and you are cutting it, you feel that it is looking dirty, do not tear it. Let it be like that, because if you will tear, you will be put under unfair means category and you may be facing some trouble. So better avoid all these things. This is our purpose of doing this kind of orientation today, so that you will not be going through any kind of problem of this sort. So this is it from my side. I will say all the best, and I am very hopeful that our children will be bringing proud to us, will be shining like anything, and will keep the shine of MSMS more than whatever we have right now. All the very best. God bless you. Over to Narendra.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Geeta ma'am. Ma'am, maybe take some doubts. I think some students are raising their hands.
Yes, ma'am.
If anyone has any
I just request them to either write their doubts
regarding what
switch on
Geeta
their
ma'am has updated all of us about, so you need to first switch on your. So Dev and Kavya are requested to switch on the camera. Only then their
Yes,
doubt will be
Kavya, I
taken.
think can ask. Kavya, unmute yourself.
Yes. Actually, I wanted to ask him to take our bag inside examination.
But you're not audible to me. Is he audible to anybody else?
No, ma'am.
Kavya, you can write your question because you're not audible, or please try again.
Ma'am, is my voice coming? Am I audible now?
Yes, yes, but you need to speak a little louder.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, actually, I am asking that can we take our bags inside the examination center?
Better that depends on the center, but you can definitely take your books. They'll give you a place to keep the bags. So do not carry anything valuable. Do not carry mobile phones, money, etc. Books are fine. They'll definitely give you a place to keep your books, right?
Okay, ma'am.
So carry
Okay,
only.
and ma'am, can we keep our wallets inside our bags like if we
No,
carry
no,
them, because
no.
we
That
cannot
is
take
what
them?
Geeta ma'am said. You're not allowed to carry it. No.
Okay,
We
ma'am.
request the parents to come and pick you up. Otherwise, also on the days of exam, please, the parents are requested to come and pick you up, right?
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Fine.
Okay, Dev, I think Dev is raising his hand. Dev, please switch on your video and ask your doubt.
मैम मैम मेरा सवाल है कि जो हमें बोर्ड में जो हमें शीट मिलेगी आंसर शीट वो सेम होगी कि हमें कुछ और आंसर बुक मिलेगी?
देव किससे सेम होगी बेटा?
मैम जैसे हमने प्री बोर्ड में आंसर शीट मिलती है आंसर
No बेटा, it is slightly different. जो बोर्ड में जो आंसर शीट मिलती है उसके अंदर फर्स्ट पेज जो होता है that is a colored page wherein you have to fill up all the data. In board you cannot write your roll number, your name elsewhere. So on the first page itself, because जब वो checking होती है ना तो वो anonymous checking होती है. What they do is they tear out that page, they give you one code and that is how checking comes. तो अगर मैं कोई पेपर चेक करने जाती हूँ तो मुझे उस बच्चे का नाम नहीं पता होता, मुझे उस बच्चे का रोल नंबर भी नहीं पता होता. I know only a code which the CBSE allocates, right? बाकी अंदर से answer sheet will be same as you are getting. Right?
Okay, ma'am.
Any other doubt, Dave? Rest all is sorted. Soumya? Yes, Soumya, please ask your doubt.
I have to ask that reading time will be allotted separately or in the
No, the reading time is from 10:15 to 10:30. Right? 10:15 to 10:30 is your reading time. That is why we are telling you to reach there by 9:40 at least, so that you take 20 minutes, get inside the room. At 10 o'clock, you will be given the answer sheet. When you're given the answer sheet, next 10 minutes are devoted to filling up the details on the answer sheet. You have to write your name, you have to write your paper, center number, code, so many things are to be written on the first sheet. And since the circles are also to be darkened, so first 10 minutes are for that only. At 10:10, teachers will bring the question paper, bundle of the question paper, और उसके ऊपर दो आपको आप में से किसी भी दो बच्चों को रैंडमली मैम बोलेंगे कि इस पे साइन कर दो, तो यू हैव टू साइन, राइट? उसके सामने वो आपके सामने ही खुलेगा. Then 10:15 she's going to distribute the question papers, and 10:15 to 10:30 would be your reading time. After that, of course, you know that you'll be getting 2 hours to complete. You have to actually work on time management. Tomorrow is your English exam. Presentation इतनी बढ़िया होनी चाहिए. आप ये सोचिए कि आप एक जैसे घर में मेहमान आता है ना, जैसे अब मैम है, जैसे मम्मा को कुछ देते हो, मम्मा को कभी कोई चाय बना के देता होगा तो कैसे देते हैं कि मम्मा ये लो चाय, यू ब्रिंग द कप एंड यू गिव इट टू मम्मा, बिकॉज मम्मा बहुत खुश हो जाती है कि चाय तो बहुत अच्छी बनी है, राइट? लेकिन व्हेन समबडी कम्स, हाउ डू यू सर्व दैट टी? यू सर्व इट ऑन अ ट्रे, यू सर्व इट इन अ प्लेटर, राइट? तो कंटेंट तो अच्छा है, लेकिन उसको प्रेजेंटेशन भी बहुत अच्छी करनी है. तो इंग्लिश के पेपर में प्लीज अंडरलाइन, राइट वेरी नीटली, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, लेजिबल. नोबडी हैज द टाइम टू रीड योर आंसर पेपर्स. वो 20 मिनट्स में तुम्हारी आंसर शीट चेक करते हैं. तो जब तक आप बहुत अच्छे से प्रेजेंटेशन नहीं दोगे तो आपको नंबर नहीं मिलेंगे. आप बेटा ये याद रखो, यहाँ पर तो आप मैम को आके कह देते हो ना, नरेंद्र मैम को, नवतेज मैम को, मैम आई हैव रिटन व्हाट यू टोल्ड, सो व्हाई आर यू नॉट गिविंग द मार्क्स? यू कैन नॉट से दिस इन बोर्ड्स, right?
Yes,
That applies everywhere, so you have to be presentable. तो वो 2 घंटे की टाइम मैनेजमेंट भी बहुत जरूरी है. सब घर से सोच के जाना. इसने बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन पूछा, सब घर से सोच के जाना ये 15 मिनट मैंने कैसे यूटिलाइज करने हैं. जो मेरा रीडिंग टाइम है, आई हैव टू रीड द रीडिंग पैसेज, डू आई हैव टू सी द आंसर्स, या मैं अपने क्वेश्चंस आगे देख लूं, डू आई मेक द सिलेक्शन कि मुझे कौन सा क्वेश्चन करना है, बिकॉज वी नीड नॉट गेट कंफ्यूज. हमारे अगर लॉन्ग आंसर्स 2 हैं तो हमें कंफ्यूज नहीं होना कि मुझे कौन सा करना है कौन सा नहीं करना. आई नीड टू हैव अ वेरी क्लियर लाइन ऑफ थॉट, ओनली देन आई विल बी एबल टू अटेम्प्ट द पेपर इन सच अ वे that the examiner is also tempted to give me the marks, right?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
My pleasure.
Yash, please put ahead your query.
Yes, ma'am. Hello.
Yash, do you want to ask something? Please switch on your video and ask your question. Am I
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, here my voice is coming.
Yes, it's coming.
Ma'am, I want to ask that, ma'am, that in school we get the extra 15 minutes for the reading time.
Yes, I just spoke on that only. 10:15 to 10:30 is your reading time.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I want to ask that, ma'am, that along the ma'am. Hello.
Yes,
Hello?
you are audible. Yes, please say.
Yash, you're on mute.
He is muting and unmuting himself.
Yes. Hello. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, yes, yes.
Ma'am, you said that we have to carry all things transparent. Ma'am, but if in case we didn't have the transparent board, we have the
Then please procure
translucent.
it. Please procure it. Otherwise, you will not be allowed to carry it. This is not the instruction of any school. This is the instruction of CBSE, right? तो आप या तो उसे परचेज कर लीजिए या फिर आपको ऐसे ही लिखना पड़ेगा. ठीक है यश? कुछ भी जो अंदर नहीं जाएगा, जो ट्रांसपेरेंट ना हो, वाटर बॉटल भी नहीं जाएगी. Water bottle also needs to be transparent. Your pouch needs to be transparent. Your cardboard needs to be transparent, right? So otherwise they will
Like the
Yash,
hello.
any other problem?
No, ma'am.
Subject related queries you can always get back from my personal info.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Yash, any
Ma'am, ma'am, where we are supposed to do rough work, ma'am. Ma'am, we will be given rough sheets or at the back
So
of our.
you will not be given rough sheet. On the last sheet, you can write on the top rough sheet and do your rough work over there. Please do not do it on the question paper. Everybody, please note it. For your future examinations, mathematics, science, it is very important. Sometimes we tend to scribble on the question paper. Please remember that is not allowed, right? On the question paper, the only one thing that you have to write is, yeah, you have to write your roll number. As soon as you receive it, you write your roll number, and then you're not going to write anything on the question paper. On the last sheet of answer sheet, you can do the rough work. I have 2 questions on the chat box also. Virat is saying if somebody has got the first dose and second dose is not done, what will happen? Nothing will happen, beta. You just take all the precautions, go and write the examination. Kavya, why do you want to use the black pen to write? Yes, you can use it to underline, but beta, black pen मैं आपको बताती हूँ हम क्यों नहीं यूज करते. जब आपका पेपर चेक होता है ना, तो आपका पेपर चेक होता है रेड पेन से. उसके बाद जब पेपर चेक हो जाता है तो जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आई एम द एग्जामिनर आई हैव टोटल्ड इट आउट, राइट? Then there is a coordinator who retotals the number that I have given to you, which is done with a black pen. So that is why CBSE time and again tells you to use only the blue pen. So use a blue pen, use a pencil to underline, or you can use the blue pen itself to underline. But for underlining, black pen is okay. Do not write, right? Do not write. कोई हमारी ऐसी emergency तो है नहीं कि हम black से ही लिखेंगे, right? Yes, for making tables and for writing the letter of placing order, definitely. Yes, you can use both pencil as well as black pen. Both are acceptable. Tanish, you can ask your question.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Richard.
Ma'am, I want to ask that can I use a fountain pen in board exam?
For writing the answers? Tanish, for writing
Yes,
the answers, Peter? Yes, yes, undoubtedly you can use. Again, I'll repeat only for the first page because it is to be torn only for the first page, and the sheet is also a little thin. So for the first page, do not use it. For the first page, use a ballpoint pen, a blue ballpoint pen, not a black one, blue ballpoint pen. For other sheets, when you're writing the answers, whichever way you choose, you want to write with a ball pen or a fountain pen or a pilot pen, your choice. You can definitely use.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
My pleasure. Yes, there. Please ask.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good
Ma'am,
morning.
can't we make the rough column for the
You'll have to be a little
page?
louder, Zed. I'm not able to hear you better.
Ma'am, can't we make the rough column and do the rough work at that particular column rather
Yes,
doing
yes,
the
you
rough
can
work in
do
the
it.
last
You
page?
can do it. Then what you do is when you get the sheet right in the beginning at 10 a.m., then you make those columns, right? After filling up the details, you make those columns. Point is, you should not be wasting time, right? वो 2 घंटे ही हैं आपके पास और वो 2 घंटे आप वेस्ट नहीं करेंगे. उसकी टाइम मैनेजमेंट बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है, right? So whichever way you want, both are okay, but do that in the first 10 minutes itself. Allocate a place and adhere to it, right? I think Narendra ma'am, we are done. Or if there are any other questions.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Most of the subject-related queries you have taken up and you have guided the students. Thank you so much. Maybe move ahead, ma'am. Maybe proceed.
Yes, I just want to say one last.
Am I audible?
Bache, all the best to everyone.
Am I audible?
Do your best. Yes, ma'am, you're audible. Do
Yes,
your best and prepare very well. That is very, very important. Get up early. Have a breakfast. Do not go. आप बिना खाए पिए मम्मा जिद करती रहती है कि कुछ खा लो और आप लोग कुछ खा के नहीं जाते. लेकिन वो पेपर अच्छा नहीं होता अगर आप खा के नहीं जाते. So it is important that in the morning you pray. It is important that in the morning you have a good breakfast and then go there. वहां पर बेटा कहीं पर भी कोई भी इशू आता है, one teacher from our school will be present throughout. वो आपसे पहले आएंगे, आपके वहां पहुंचने से पहले आएंगे और आपके जाने के बाद जाएंगे. So one teacher will be there. In case there is any problem, you can ask for the teacher and they will inform us. Right? The teacher will be present at the center throughout. Right? Thank you so much, ma'am. Please go.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Children, tomorrow is your English exam. So though we have been talking about certain things to be kept in mind while you're appearing for your written exam. But I would just, take a few more minutes to brief you with last minute tips, which you have to keep in mind. First of all, as ma'am has already shared that your work should be very presentable. The way you write your answers, very neat and clean work. Your writing should be clear. So be very, very careful about it, because that is the first impression you're going to make on the examiner who will be checking your sheet. So this is the first thing. After that, children, attempt only the required number of questions. In particular section, we have certain choices also. So all that we have talked about in the class. So please don't attempt the extra questions. No extra marks will be given at all. Rather than that, it will be consuming your time. And as ma'am already has pointed out, you just have 2 hours to put in your best into the writing part, into the writing of the paper. Okay, so this is another thing which you have to keep in mind. Don't attempt extra questions. So focus on the ones which you want to attempt rather than attempting all the parts. No, better impression will be created if you attempt all the parts. Nothing, just required questions. After that, you can start with, this was a question which most of the students were getting back on my personal window with. You can start with any section. Start with the section which you are most confident about, right? You can attempt any section first, be it your writing, be it your grammar, be it your literature part, be it your reading. It depends on you. How have you prepared yourself? If you feel very confident with literature part, you can start ahead. But make sure all the question parts of a particular question are to be attempted in a proper sequence. ऐसा नहीं है कि उसके 5 parts एक जगह कर दिए and the 6th part you're doing at the end of the sheet somewhere. Please don't do that. So all the questions for each section are to be attempted in a sequence. You may leave a line after every answer. That makes your is good on the examiner. Now use the reading time. Like some of the students asked, you will be getting 15 minutes reading time. Use it very wisely. Don't look here and there. What is the other child reading? Where is your friend sitting? Nothing at all. Focus on your paper, right? Plan out your strategy. Which section you are going to attempt? Even that planning you can do while you're reading out, while you're utilizing the reading time to read your paper. Keep a comfortable pace. When you start writing your exam, keep a comfortable pace to attempt your paper. Be alert about the time. Okay, don't be in a flow कि ये answer मुझे बहुत अच्छे से आता है. I just write extra and extra marking. You have just 2 hours. Try to wind up your paper 10 minutes before the time is over. Try to, right? And use those 10 minutes to revise your answers. Sometimes it is silly, spelling errors you have made, certain silly verb errors you have made. So those things you can catch hold of during those 10 minutes of revision. Try to make out. Agar nahi hota, that's okay. No stress about it. But just keep a comfortable pace as far as writing your exam is concerned. And the most important thing, stay calm, stay focused. Write your paper with complete concentration. Okay, so that's the last thing which I'll be talking about. And you have done a lot of practice. We have full faith in you, right? Be confident, and today utilize the remaining part of the day to just brush up certain things like writing format, writing a letter format, and certain other areas which you would like to just brush upon before you appear for the exam tomorrow. Any other thing, subject related queries, children, you can get back on my personal window after 2 o'clock. So I'll be getting back to you as soon as possible with all your answers to all your queries. If any subject related queries there, children, we can take it up later. But any other exam related query based on CBSE instructions, if you want, we can take it up right now. Ma'am, Angad is asking, can we wear our school tracksuit?
Ma'am, I think preferably it should be the school uniform, right?
Am I audible?
Otherwise, he would be singled out, right? Which we do not want.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
ठीक है ma'am. Right. Thank you so much. So would any of the other mentors like to say something?
No, Ananya,
ma'am, with your
you don't have to.
permission,
Ananya is asking a question. Do we have to carry our vaccination certificate? No, Ananya, you need not carry it. There is no need, right? Thank you so much, ma'am. If there are no more questions, we can wind up.
Okay, ma'am. Please exempt me for switching off the video. I have terrible network
Perfectly
issues
fine,
here.
I understand.
So on behalf of MSMS, I extend a gracious thanks to our respected principal, ma'am, for being with us today and sharing the valuable inputs. Thank you so much, ma'am. It means a lot to all of us. I also extend a hearty thanks to the board exam in charges, Geeta ma'am and Bhavna ma'am, for sharing the important guidelines. I thank all the parents for joining the session. I am sure all the important points have been noted by them. A warm thanks to all my colleagues who could join today's session. And last but not the least, all the best to all our dear class 10 students. Children, put in your best work. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. There is one more question. Can we mark the answer in the passage with pencil on question paper in reading time? No. It is pen down time. You cannot write anything. You can make a mental note of certain things. You cannot write anything. It's a pen down time strictly. Can we mark the answers? No, Aryan. I have already said you cannot mark any answers in those 15 minutes. You have to do it later. You cannot do it at that particular time. I had mentioned underlining. Yes, Atin, yes, I had mentioned underlining. For example, when you are writing an answer, you know that you're writing it in 5 lines, but you know that the content points are these 2 or 3. So what you can do is you can underline those content points so that when the examiner is checking your copy, he or she is able to, at a glance, able to see that these are the content points that are covered. Generally, in a long answer and in writing section also, we do underline important things, but don't get over obsessed with it. It's not that you have to underline everything. Don't get over obsessed with it also, because then of course, you know, the examiner would feel that you're acting over smart. Yes, Yash, you can make a line, you can leave a line, but it has to be very, very presentable. Yes, you can definitely leave a line after each answer. If you want, you can make a line, whichever way, both are okay. It only has to be very, very presentable. Right? I hope there are no more questions. Can we mark the pencil? No, beta. Yes, in written time, yes. Only mark, do not write. Only mark, do not write. Very important. Reading time is before 10:30. It is from 10:15 to 10:30. Bache, aapka paper does not begin at 10:30. Please remember, your last entry time that you should make a mental note of is 9:45. The paper begins at 9:45. 15 minutes are for going inside and taking your seat. 10 o'clock, you get the answer sheet. So your paper actually begins at 10. It is necessary to mark the answers? No, bache, it is not at all necessary to mark the answers. Not at all. It's only that your presentation should be very good. It's have been my pleasure. Of course, we are still available. In case you have any more questions, feel free to ask your teachers. Feel free to approach me. And all the best, all the very best. You know, a job well begun is half done. So put in your best for tomorrow. Whatever queries you have, Narinder ma'am, Navtej ma'am, both are available. You can ask them anytime. And we wish you all the very best for tomorrow's exam. Put in your best foot forward. That is very, very important, right? So God bless you all. And we are there in case you need any help, right? Thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank you, teachers, also for joining and giving valuable tips. Thank you so much.